Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time on Doctor Who we had In the Forest of the Night, which is kind of an interesting title. It wasn't really of the night, they were in the day. I guess it could be that because it sprung up overnight. Anyway, a forest sprung up overnight because the trees were going to protect the Earth from a solar flare. And then the Doctor was like, I don't think that's what they're doing, but then it's like, yeah, that is what they're doing. It was all interesting and weird, and Danny found out that Clara is still traveling with the Doctor. And yeah, that was pretty much that. You may notice that we're in a bit of a different location than normal. Well, that is because I am rearranging some things here in the room, and because of that, some things are not quite finished, and I still had to record, so we're going to be doing this at the desk. As you can see, we're not too far off from where we normally are, just at where the desk is now. As you can see, still got stuff over here, and still got the Sonic over here and stuff, so yeah. It's just for this week, however. We are not going to be doing this again next week, so don't you worry about that. But just this week, videos this week, so for Doctor Who, that would just be this episode. So, yeah, that is pretty much that. We are moving on into the penultimate episode of Series 8. So it'll be very interesting to see what we have here. I'm curious if this is going to be a two-parter. We haven't really had a two-part finale pretty much since Series 5 with the Pandorica and the Big Bang and everything. Since then, we really haven't had a two-part finale, so I'll be curious to see if that's what we're going to get into. And the only way to figure that out is by watching this episode. So let's go ahead and get right into this episode of Doctor Who. Here we go.
Things to say. Not all of them good.
Okay. It'd be better if I was actually there.
Well, Danny, everything is better when you're here, but maybe not this. Okay.
Okay. What's wrong?
I love you.
I love you.
Aww.
Not like that. Not like it's automatic. Not like it's how you and the phone call to sign off the pat on the back.
Clara?
Danny, I will never say those words again. Not to anybody else. Ever. Those words from me are yours now.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Is someone there?
Hello?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Was he dead?
The car, it just came out of nowhere.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry.
Wait, Danny's dead? Come on!
It was no secret that he had a close relationship with Miss Oswald, and our thoughts and prayers are with her too.
What? Meanwhile, where the hell is the Doctor? I love it.
Who owes you?
Clara!
Clara?
The Doctor?
Hey.
Sorry, I was busy. What's happening?
Oh, nothing, you know. Same old, same old.
Whoa,
Well, you're
girl.
only human. So what can I do for you, Clara?
I'm lost. Help! Danny is just dead. And Clara is losing her mind.
I've never seen lava.
It's rubbish.
Huh.
Prove it.
Is she gonna steal the TARDIS?
Danny Pink is dead.
Okay.
Seriously.
And
Yeah.
And to fix it.
Oh.
Change it.
She knows she has to be drastic with him.
What happened? You will never step inside your TARDIS again.
no.
Does the snap not work?
No.
Say it again so I know you mean it.
No. I don't like Clara. I don't think it will.
She did do it. Now what? Yeah, right! What are you doing?
Did you seriously think that was going to work on me?
Ooh. He's known. Okay. He has been in control.
Makes you very suggestible.
They're on the TARDIS.
So what now?
Go to hell.
You asked me what we're going to do. I told you. We're going to hell. Or wherever it is that people go when they die, if there is.
Oh.
We're going to go there and we're going to find Danny.
I thought he said Doctor Who, not go to hell.
Do you think I care for you so little that betraying me would make a difference?
Huh. Aww.
I don't deserve a friend like you.
Clara, I'm terribly sorry, but I'm exactly what you deserve.
Damn. Yeah, honestly. After the stunt she pulled. Ooh.
Well,
Does the TARDIS like this?
the TARDIS thinks he's somewhere.
That is good. Yeah. Alright, so this is it. This is what we've been building up to. Hell? Heaven? Yes? Whoa.
Where am I?
The underworld.
Sort of know, don't you?
So that's why it's sort of circular.
No. They were placed after death. These are tombs.
Water tombs.
Water tombs, some sort of fluid anyway.
Yeah, why?
With chairs.
With chairs, yes.
Tuh.
Just for comfort for the deceased.
Is what difficult?
Reading all those words back to front.
Come on. We've come a long way.
Hello.
Oh shit.
Well, you know, it's just an unexpected.
He still got it. She did say that. Oh, damn, girl.
Welcome to the 3W Institute. I am Missy,
Missy.
Mobile Intelligence Systems Interface. I am a multifunction interactive welcome droid,
Oh,
helping you to help me.
she's a droid. Okay. Wasn't she God? I don't get it.
Are you okay?
No.
Neither is he.
There would be something very wrong if you were.
Right? Man, this episode has gone back to bonkers, Doctor Who.
Imagine babies in wombs could talk to other babies in other wombs. What would they say? What would they think life was like?
They'd think that life was 9 months long. Then, boom, trapdoor opens, out you fall. Gone forever. Never hear from those guys again. Nothing at the end of the cord. Okay.
So,
This isn't really an afterlife. It's just more life than you were expecting.
it's the next stage.
It's been given a priority, which usually means...
Means what?
Well, anyway,
Oh.
we've arranged a meetup.
A meeting with the people he potentially killed.
Danny, repeat, is the building secure?
So, I guess you remember him? Yeah?
Oh, crap. Killed a kid. This friggin'...
Are you serious? X-ray water?
Oh, this is so weird.
Look at this.
This guy looks familiar.
We call it dark water.
Oh.
Only organic matter can be seen through it.
What 3 words?
Seriously, you don't know.
Never mind what we know and what we don't know. Just answer our question.
Yeah.
Because people who don't know, when they hear about this, they can freak out.
We're not going to freak out.
If you've had
She
a recent
might.
loss, this might be... This will be disturbing.
Just say it.
What the hell is that?
Sounds like somebody left their body to science.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, it's probably time to explain why you're always feeling cold.
He still
White noise off
feels
the telly.
his body.
We've all heard it. What I'm about to play you will change your life, and not for the better. These are the 3 words which caused Dr. Scarosa to set up institutes like this one.
Just
all over
say
the world,
it.
To protect the dead. If you'd rather not hear these words, there's still...
Can you just hurry up, please, or I'll hit you with my shoe?
Yeah. You are literally padding the script.
horrible possibility that has never occurred to anyone throughout human history.
You still feel your body.
The dead remain conscious.
Who would harvest dead bodies? I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Music sounds familiar. None of them noticed the skeleton.
Naughty, naughty.
Dr. Chang, your welcome droid has developed a fault.
That's not a droid, that's my boss.
Yeah.
You know, I might have been guilty of just a teensy little forbade.
Yeah, she lied.
You're gonna kill me, aren't you?
Say something nice.
Please.
Say something.
It's been an absolute pleasure working with you, and I truly believe that you'll never be able to find it in your heart to murder me.
Nope.
Now, I'll be with you in a moment.
So, shouldn't his soul show up here?
Feeling a bit emotional at the moment.
Cybermen.
Cybermen? Oh.
It's me, I swear on anything.
Duh. Cybermen.
That's a Matrix data slice. A Gallifreyan hard drive.
Gallifreyan.
Technology. You're a Time Lord.
Time lady, please. I'm old-fashioned.
Time lady.
Which Time Lady?
The one you abandoned, Doctor. The one you left for dead. Didn't you ever think I'd find my way back?
Clara, I gotta get Clara.
Wait.
Clara, I should shoot you in a jealous rage now. Wouldn't that be sexy?
I mean, this isn't like...
Oh, dear Doctor. Didn't you realize where you were?
He's still in London.
I love you.
Stop saying that. Don't say that. If you say that again, I swear I will switch this thing off.
I love you.
He's trying to push her away. So that she doesn't end up there. Man, poor Danny.
Just... where's this?
Oh shit.
I'll leave you to make a decision.
Nah, come on. Just delete his consciousness. Oh no! Oh boy, here comes the cliffhanger.
Oh, you know who I am. I'm Missy.
Who's Missy?
Short for mistress. Well,
Is it?
couldn't very well keep calling myself the master.
Oh shit! Oh my gosh. She is the master. Alright, here it comes. No, okay, we're still going. Ah! Ah! The kid was there too. Oh my gosh. She's the master. The master regenerated. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. This season got balls to the wall crazy again. Alrighty. Man, oh man. We are balls to the wall crazy again. Because honestly, I was kind of thinking, you know, this season's been good. But, you know, I've been kind of thinking like, oh, you know, it's been some more subdued compared to, like, the last 3 seasons. Because 5, 6, and 7, they went, like, all out crazy on some of their episodes. But this season's been a bit more, you know, sort of toned back. But that is sort of back to where we were, you know? That is back to form. That, oh my gosh. Cybermen and the Master! Oh, man. So, I mean, because that's the thing. I was kind of like running through my head, okay, the Time Lord, he left for dead, and so, you know, you say Time Lord, I immediately think Master. But I was also thinking, like, okay, well, there was a female Time Lord, wasn't there? The Ronnie. I remember her from the EastEnders crossover. But I was like, maybe? I don't know. And it's like, no, Missy, short for mistress, an alternative name for the Master. That brought the Master back! We haven't seen him in a while. Him, her. Man, oh man. We haven't seen the Master in a hot sec. But why is the Master, like, all over him? You know, all over the Doctor? That seems a little odd. That seems a little odd, I have to say, but... Man, that, what a crazy episode. Like, seriously, just, this is one of those balls-to-the-wall Doctor Who episodes, and I love it. Honestly. You know? From beginning to end, this is balls-to-the-wall nuts. And I just, oh, I'm so happy we're back to that. You know, like, look, we don't need that to be the whole season, but, you know, every so often I want a balls-to-the-wall episode again. And, hey, it's another 2-part finale. Again, we haven't had that. Well, we haven't had that since, well, The Master, honestly. Well, no, we, since Series 5, that's right. Because the Pantorica and then the Big Bang, that was a 2-part. But Series 6 was not a 2-part. Series 7 wasn't a 2-part either, but that was also different. But, yeah, we are back. We're kind of just back to form on Doctor Who, honestly. So... Man, that is crazy. And the Cybermen, I did not expect that either. You know, it's like, oh, they're just doing, you know, there's an exoskeleton that you can't see. Oh, these skeletons can move. You know, oh, it only shows organic matter. Cybermen! It's like as soon as he shouted that, I'm like, oh my god. The Cybermen are back. Like, seriously, this is a balls-to-the-wall crazy episode. Like, seriously. Holy crap, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. Friggin' balls have been placed on walls, man. Oh, my gosh. I guess we can go ahead and pop into the notes on this one. The first thing I wrote down is, Danny's dead. Danny's just dead. Like, that was ridiculous that he just died. And, like, I don't think this was, like, some big grand plan. Like, was that part of the plan? Was that part of Missy's plan? Was that Danny would die? Was that it? Was that part of the plan? That was so weird. And yeah, you know, kind of what Clara said, it's so ordinary, you know, so boring. Which, we'll talk about that in a sec, but yeah, it's like, that was kind of, like, basic. Like, he wasn't, you know, taken out by a Dalek or something like that. Like no, friggin' Danny Pink, he just got hit by a car and he died. Like, well, geez, okay, Danny's dead, and that is the catalyst of the episode, okay. Jeez Louise. Okay, the next thing I wrote down is save and keys. Okay, we need to talk about Clara this episode, because I think Clara may have gone a little too far in this episode, you know, at the beginning. To her... Now, I guess I can understand, like, she's kind of, like, not letting herself mourn, exactly. She's more, like, letting, like, instead of, you know, mourning, she's more, you know, she just decided, hey, you know, the Doctor and I are going to save him. Okay, I can understand that, you know. I can understand that, you know, and especially because that it just happened, you know. It just happened that, you know, just a loved one just died, you know, and it's something that could be prevented. So I understand that, and I understand her jumping in and being like, hey, we need to save him, you know. I understand that, because it's different from Father's Day, where Father's Day, that was not the plan. The idea was that they would they went back in time to see Rose's dad, just to see it and see how he died, you know? And then, you know, once he gets hit, go and be with him at the end. Rose, in the heat of the moment, then went over and actually saved him, and that caused the paradox and everything. So it is different from Father's Day in that respect. But then, I feel like Clara sort of takes it really, really far, you know? Clara really, I think, kind of takes it a step too far by, you know, hijacking every key in the TARDIS and is going to get rid of all of them, you know, trap her, both her and the Doctor, on, you know, a lava planet, basically, on Mustafar, if he refused. That, I honestly feel like maybe taking it a step too far. I do like that it didn't actually happen because the Doctor figured it out pretty much immediately. So I do like that it wasn't, you know, it didn't actually work out, but that was her plan, you know? Now, it does sort of make you wonder because it was, you know, a dream, and I think he specifically, like, had it... Well, no, because he said, I wanted to see how far you would go, you know? He said that I wanted to see how far you would go. So, yeah, she was willing to go that far. And I think that is a little much. I do think that's a little much, but at the same time, because the Doctor was ready, basically, because the Doctor was able to, you know, prevent her from getting rid of all the keys, I guess it works out, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I get it, and, you know, she's really going far for trying to save Danny, and I get that. There is a part of me, though, that's like, you know, like, what do you do? Like, it's almost a step too far for me. Now, at the same time, let me put it to you this way. I also still understand it. And not just for, you know, okay, this just happened, she's willing to do anything, and okay, and it is sort of like Father's Day in a way. But I will also say it does slightly make sense with what we have been doing with Clara throughout this series, where it kind of seems like more and more she is progressing towards becoming more like the Doctor. You know, sort of every single episode gets her closer to being like the Doctor, you know, down to Flatline, where she was a lot like the Doctor, you know? So that's the thing, is that in that respect, I do understand what they were going for there. Whew, jeez Louise, sorry, it's hot over here. It's a little hot in this corner. And I'm right next to the computer, and I'm all hunched up over at the desk, so it's a little hot. I don't think I appear sweaty, but I feel sweaty. So, yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, I do... In that respect, I can understand where they're going with that. With her... on the one hand, it feels like, okay, this is a step too far. Like, you have gone... You know, you've kind of gone out of line for doing this. You know, maybe even a step out of character to do this. But at the same time, I do understand... with what they have set up this season and, you know, everything with her character, I can see this happening. So, that's at least something. And I do like that, you know, because, you know, the Doctor says, like, of course I'm going to help. I care about you. And it shows, you know, the old bastard still cares. He does still care, and he wants to help her. But I like, too, that, you know, it's not... You know, after that whole big thing with the volcano and him saying, no, we're not doing this, you know, we can't go back in time, we can't change the timeline, make a paradox. I like that he doesn't go back on that. That he sticks with, no, we are not going to create a paradox, but we're going to do something else. Instead, no, we're not going to change it so that Danny never died. Danny did die, and now we're going to go find him after he's died. I do like that. So... that's like a good sort of loop around to it, you know? Because that does make it different from... And also different from Father's Day. Which, again, you know, the Doctor was like, hey, we can't just, you know, go around and do this. You know, we have to... we can't interfere with the timeline like this. So he does stick to that. I do like that, at least. And it's also interesting because it's like, okay, well, you know, couldn't we have done this before with other things? There is a part of me that's like, hey, couldn't we have, you know, whenever a character dies, couldn't we go back and get them in hell, you know? I can't think of a character off the top of my head, but yeah, couldn't we go do that? Well, heck, you could even go with the example of Rose's dad's like, well, why don't we just go get him in heaven? But at the same time, you know, even if they had tried it back then, they probably wouldn't have gotten to, you know, heaven, you know, with Missy and everything. Because that's the thing, is that they didn't actually find heaven, they found Missy. And that is a difference. So, yeah. So, we did go to hell. And man, Fran, I did mishear him when he said go to hell. I thought he said Doctor Who. I'm sorry. I don't know why I heard that, you know? It took me a second to get what he actually said. So, yeah. I blame my ears. So, I did write down Missy. Man, Missy's playing with us, you know? It is very... I mean, she does work definitely as the master, I have to say. Like, when you take a look back at, you know, down to just this episode, like, I definitely... It's kind of... It feels a bit more of, like, a return to maybe the classic master, I would say. Like, more in the personality and the scheming, I would say. It's definitely different from the modern master we're used to, John Sim, which... That's also pretty crazy that, you know, John Sim's just gone. Like, oh, that kind of sucks. You know, it's like, okay, he did his heroic sacrifice, you know, sort of thing at the end of time. And it's like, okay, I guess he survived and then he regenerated into Missy. So that's pretty interesting. But she's definitely more, I feel like she's more of a classic master than John Sim was, and I still love John Sim as the master, you know. So I do kind of feel like it kind of sucks that we didn't see the regeneration, you know, because isn't it that the only regeneration we've seen up to this point in Doctor Who, the only regeneration they've showed is Derek Jacobi. Yeah, Derek Jacobi into John Sim. You know, I really liked seeing that, you know, a regeneration that's not the Doctor at that point, which is pretty cool. But I do feel kind of bad that we didn't see the regeneration. And I don't know, who knows? Maybe they'll show it next episode. That would be kind of weird, though, if they brought John Sim back just to do a regeneration. But I don't know. But I mean, I guess they've done that before. They brought back McCoy. Technically, they brought back Paul McGann to do a regeneration too. So I guess they could do it, but yeah. So yeah, I do kind of feel like, you know, we kind of missed that. You know, we missed that regeneration basically. So, but yeah, with like all of her, I guess, scheming and stuff, and telling the Doctor, you know, oh, I'm a droid and stuff like that. It's like, okay, this is kind of. It does sort of feel like a mix, actually. Maybe a bit of, like, you know, classic scheming, you know, nefarious master, and more of our sort of, I don't want to say, like, sillier, goofier, you know, over-the-top master that we've come to know in the modern era. So far, she's pretty good as the master. I really want to see more of her. So, luckily, we have a next episode. So, yeah. And man, 2 big reveals just of her being the master and then having the Cybermen there, which that honestly, it's like, oh geez, that kind of comes out of nowhere too. Friggin', I hate it when a soda can like catches my mustache. It's so annoying. It is so hot over here. I really... Like, this is driving me crazy how... I think it's because I'm, like, hunched over and stuff. I don't know. I might put on a different shirt before I record again. Something cooler than these. Anyway. Let's see. The rest of this... Okay, well, I wrote down kill. So, that was... that's pretty fucked up, watching. Because, you know, we've always had... You know, with Danny... with Danny, it's always been a thing like, oh, have you ever killed someone? And so now it's not just, oh, maybe he killed an enemy soldier or something. He killed a child, which, why was there a meeting between the two? Like if I die, I don't think I want to meet my killer. Well, maybe I would, I guess, but I'm, a 22-year-old man. This is a kid. Why would a kid want to meet his killer? But maybe they'll explain that next episode because, the kid was there at the end too. So, I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of odd that, great sort of, great conflict for Danny, definitely. And especially because we've always had this sort of lingering question with him, like, oh, did he ever kill someone? Sure enough. Oh, excuse me. So, that was pretty interesting. And again, just seeing the, like, war flashback was also kind of interesting. Because again, it's like, this is not something they would normally show in Doctor Who, They wouldn't normally show you, a kid. Well, they wouldn't show you army stuff, like actual Earth, non-alien, non-sci-fi army stuff, So that was pretty crazy. And yeah, the fact that he killed a kid, I guess by accident, but at the same time, it's a mistake on multiple levels. It's a mistake because he probably wasn't trying to kill a kid, but it's a mistake that he didn't look in there before he started shooting, So it definitely makes sense why it haunts him like that, the way it does. So yeah, so we'll have to see with next episode, like what's up with the kid, because there's something about it. I don't know. But there's got to be something because the kid was there at the end. So yeah. I wrote down the Dark Water. That was pretty cool. It's the name of the episode, isn't it? Yeah, Dark Water. Speaking of this episode, I was gonna kind of look around at the characters. No, not really. All right. Generally, when I see like the characters, the actors' like profile image, and it's from this episode, then I kind of get the feeling that there's nothing that I would recognize this guy. But this guy, Seb. No, it doesn't look like it. All right. So, okay. I didn't recognize them, but I thought they looked familiar, but they didn't. But yeah, the Dark Water was pretty interesting. Just this whole, like, facility was pretty cool, I have to say. It does... On the one hand, it's like, okay, so this isn't actually heaven, but on the other hand, this isn't, on the other hand, it makes a bit more sense, because it's like, okay, well, how did the Master get into heaven, would be my question, and how does the Master control heaven? But now it's like, okay, well, no, that's not really heaven, and that also explains a few episodes ago when the guy was like, they mentioned God, and then Missy walked by, and one of the dudes was like, oh, well, she's very busy right now. And it's like, okay. So that's why they sort of imply that, like, oh, is she God? That would be kind of weird. That'd be a pretty crazy Doctor Who villain. But no, it's that this whole place is specifically set up for this operation, So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, the Dark Water was cool. And again, led to a great twist with the Cybermen. I really did not see them coming. So, yeah, when they showed up, that was pretty cool. Let's see. And yeah, just the fact that it's like, it's like they set up all the pieces, and it's like, oh, an exoskeleton, and just nothing. Like, screw it. I want to watch that moment again. Where is it? When they start getting out. About right here. Skip ahead.
word. Emotional? Cyberman. It's me,
So that was pretty cool, just that reveal. And, you know, Capaldi hasn't dealt with Cybermen yet. Yeah, they all have, though, at this point. They've all dealt with Cybermen. We haven't had a full Cybermen episode since Nightmare in Silver. But they were also in... there were a couple Cybermen in the Time of the Doctor. They had the wooden Cybermen, at least. So yeah, that was a pretty cool twist, having the Cybermen there. And honestly, it makes me curious, you know, how, you know, the 12th Doctor will deal with that, you know? It is one of those things where it's like, it's nice that we're doing that now, as opposed to in episode 2, when it's like, well, the Daleks are here, and it's like, what? What are they doing here already? Can we, like, I do wish that we had gotten to know the 12th Doctor before we did the Daleks, but whatever. Wrote down the Nether Sphere, Time Lord technology, which makes sense that the Master could, you know, create it or find it or whatever he did. She, Missy, yeah. I guess that begs the question. Do you use... Yeah, I guess you should use pronouns based on their current gender. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess. Like, I'm trying to figure out pronouns of regenerating Time Lords, basically. So, yeah, I guess... And I also keep saying the Master instead of saying Missy, which, you know, she has changed her name to. So, yeah. So that's pretty interesting that, you know, it makes sense, again, that she would have this sort of technology. It does make me question, though, what's she been up to lately? You know, it's like, I want to know. It's like, okay, how did we go from the previous Master, John Sim, in The End of Time, how did we go from, you know, him, you know, taking down Rassilon and everything, and then to now, where Missy is, you know, doing this whole Nether Sphere Cyberman thing, you know, and because that's the thing, is that was, you know, 2 Doctors ago. That was the 10th Doctor when we did that. So yeah, it's like, what has the Master been up to? I don't know. Which, that is the last thing I wrote down, the Master. That's a pretty cool twist that, you know, this character we've had for so... I mean, yeah, this character that, you know, we've been kind of wondering, it's like, hey, what's the deal here with this Missy chick, you know? Like, what's going on here? And it's like, oh, Missy, Mistress, Master. That's it. But why is she all over the Doctor would be my next question. Is she just doing that to screw with him? Because first episode, she said, you know, oh, I hope my boyfriend wasn't too rough with you. And then, you know, she is, you know, going to town on him in this. So it's like, yeah, what's happening here? What's happening? I don't know. I don't know. It's like, it doesn't seem like the Master would be all over him like that, but I don't know. I mean, it could just be a way to... It could honestly just be a way to fuck with him, honestly. You know, it's like, oh, this'll throw him off. You know, because that's the thing is, you know, she even said, you know, you felt my hearts, you know, that I had 2 hearts. But, like, I guess he was in denial about it. And, you know, doing that whole thing, that did sort of throw him for a loop. So, it could be that. I don't know. I could definitely see that as just being a way for the Master to fuck with the Doctor. So, yeah. What a crazy episode. This is 100% the old balls-to-the-wall Doctor Who that I have gotten used to, that we haven't had for a while. You know, that, like, again, this season has been really, really good, but it hasn't been crazy, you know? And that's fine. That's totally fine. If they want to, you know, sort of tone back a bit, that is totally fine. But there is a part of me that I will always love those balls-to-the-wall episodes. Especially when they're good balls-to-the-walls episodes. So, yeah. This seems like it's turning out to be a good balls-to-the-wall. Balls have been placed on the wall, and it's amazing. So, yeah, I'm very curious as to where we are going next episode. Next episode, when we're going to be back at the table, and not here in this sort of awkward place. Although, this is how the Doctor Who reaction started out. Way back when I was just at my desk, you know, just filming. Not exactly like this, but pretty close. Pretty close. So, yeah. So, like Doctor Who has returned to its basic balls-to-the-wall state, I've returned to this. But not forever. We will go back to normality next episode. So, yeah. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next week for the finale. See you guys there. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Doctor Who reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.